Hey everybody, I'm Erin with Erin's Faces. Thank you for joining me. Today we're gonna do a deep dive into our foundation brush, which is the brush that launched Erin's Faces. Okay, so a couple weeks ago I did a blog post about what brushes do you need, what's happening, what's the story, and I'll link it down below. But I got asked by a number of you, can you show us how you use the brushes? And so sure, and I'm gonna give you some background on them as well. So the foundation brush, this is a super old one. I'm actually gonna go grab, hold please, I'll be right back. Okay, so I just wanted to get one so you would see, like, I'm literally pulling it out of the wrapper, the difference over time of what your brush might look like. So this is so old, I'll come up to you, that you can see, it has our old logo on it. And now they're pretty and, you know, they've got stuff on them and it's pretty. But this is what it looks like when it's new. There we go. And this is what it looks like when it's not new. So all to say, I've had this brush for a long time and they should last you a good long while. So how did I pick this brush? What's the story? I'm sure you're dying to know. So I used to work for a big makeup company. I worked for a ton of them, but at this time I was working for one and they sold a foundation brush that was different. It was the first on the market that wasn't the traditional flat, you know, paint like this. It was a swoosher kind of a thing. A buffer, if you will. And theirs was $58 at the time, and it was long. And I noticed, well, my boss actually noticed, whenever I would use it on someone, I would always pinch it. And he was like, why do you pinch the brush? And I was like, it's too long, it's floppy, I like the idea of it, but I have to pinch it to get the like sturdiness that I want in order to not, it was just, I didn't like it. But I loved it when I pinched it, and I sold a lot of brushes for that company because it was a nice brush, but I did tell people to pinch it. So $58. So I had a makeup class and I would teach it called, I was about to say what's in your drawers. That's what that was a makeup consultation that I offered that my mom was really concerned that men were gonna wanna show me what was in their drawers. It was an inventory, a makeup inventory session. It was not dirty. But that's not the class I taught. The class was Brush Up Your Look. Compliments of Jessica Meyer, because she renamed it, because I had Makeup 101. Anyway, I digress. In that class, I would send people home with a list of recommendations, right? Because I would be like, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? This is before Erin's Faces existed. And so I would recommend this $58 brush. And the women in my class were like, you've lost your mind if you think I'm using, like, I'm gonna spend $58 on one brush. These are normal people. These aren't like, you know, they're normal people. They're not diehard makeup people. And so I was like, okay, like I don't know what to tell you. Nobody else makes it yet. So I called a brush company and I was like, here's the story. I love this brush, but I want to make it tighter and shorter so it really does buff into the skin. And so we went back and forth and I found this one and I loved it. And I love it. So here's why I love it. Because I wear linen in our foundation, which is number 1, okay? This is number 8. This is sandy beige. And this is why, well, I'll talk to you about the brush bristles. So it's Taklon. This is obviously dirty. But I like it because it's, you can see that it gives you resistance, but it also does a nice buff job, right? So this is what I used to do in my classes to like show how nice this brush worked, is I would put a little bit of a foundation on, and I don't have an old foundation brush anymore because I literally, oh wait, hold on, yes I do, I see, hang on. This was unplanned and I'm so excited about it. You're gonna get the old school EW demo. Are you excited? I'm excited. Are we on QVC? I don't think so, but hey, you're gonna get a demo anyway. So here's what I used to like to do. You've got 2 bits of foundation, yes? These are both 8, I'm a 1, so like you're really gonna see what blends and what doesn't, right? So with a traditional foundation brush, which is one of these, this is our old concealer brush that I actually very much enjoy for concealer, but we don't sell it anymore. This is gonna be a longer video than I thought, I'm sorry, just get comfy. So you would, you know, you would paint this and you would try to get it. I'm gonna come up to you. How can I do this? Let's see, like that maybe? Okay. I'm having to work pretty hard to do this, and it still is pretty bad on the edges. Yeah? Okay. I haven't done this demo in a minute, so we'll see if it still works. So here's why I like this guy. Immediately. Oh, sorry, you can't even see it. I'm so sorry. I ruined it. I'll show you the finish, which is what I really like about it. And you can go so much faster too, which I really like. Okay. A or B? I like A. And the edges are much more clean. That's also something that I like to see, is the edge there versus the edge there. Hello. There we go. I just think it's interesting, that's all. It's a little bit long of a demo, but I think it's interesting to see. I'm gonna wash this off my hand. So I'm gonna take off half of my face and show you how I put it on. If you're still with me, I'll show you how I put it on, and we'll go from there. Okay, hey, our foundation covers really nicely, if you can't tell. So I have a piece of it on my hand, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up a piece of the piece. All right, so then I'm just gonna brush down. You can do swirls if you want. Swirls are gonna give you less coverage. Pushes are gonna give you more coverage, okay? I probably need more foundation because I put a lot on today. All right, so I just like doubled the size of my little pea-sized dollop. So again, picking up a piece of it, so some is still left on my hand, okay? And then around my chin, that's where I'm, hello, the most pink. So I am coming in with that. I'll come back with concealer. I'm looking in the viewfinder and in my mirror just to make sure you can see everything. So I'm patting where I want more coverage. I'm just doing really fast little pats. Think about if you were gonna do a stencil on your wall. If you did a swoosh, you would get a thinner, more transparent layer of paint, right? Versus a really specific situation. So wherever you're pink, or you have hyperpigmentation, or your veins show through, or you have a breakout, that's where you're gonna push, and then you're gonna do swirls where you don't need as much help. So for me, that's the perimeter, and for most people, that's the perimeter of your face, and my forehead is pretty okay too. It's pink, but enough foundation will cover that. I did have a little concealer in the middle, so you're like, you don't look the same. It's because I don't have concealer on yet. But I just want you to see how the foundation brush works, right? That's why we're here. So pushing where you want more coverage and swirling where you don't need as much. Okay, I'm gonna finish off camera with some concealer, powder, blush, and I'll be right back. So that's it, all finished. So I love this brush. I think it helps people. My makeup also stays on better versus fingers. If I use my fingers, my makeup breaks down more quickly and doesn't last on my face as long. Sponges, you have to throw out every 3 months. You have to. And that's if you got like a good sponge. If you got the cheapy sponges from the drugstore, you should throw those out like every few days. So sustainability wise, obviously your fingers are the most sustainable thing that you can have happening. But outside of that, I feel like a brush is really nice. And you don't have to throw it away very often, which I like a lot. So foundation brush, that's how I use it. I hope you love it. Okay, bye.